Hey, Dani K, company from Dani K Jumbo Wellness, and click that up there. I just wanted to let y'all know, obviously, first of all, I want to say thank you for all the, the love, all the warm thoughts and prayers and everything coming through, right? Everyone is being touched by this. The one thing that I do want to mention is, when everything is all said, and first of all, support your local restaurants, the bars, the restaurants, the delis, whoever's doing carry out, support them first and foremost. And I'm sure probably some of the bigger chains are doing it as well. But the smaller, the big chains, they got corp money, right? The small businesses, it's only our money, okay? So think about that, when you're, hungry for, breakfast, if they do breakfast or lunch or dinner or snacks or whatever it might be, gift cards. I know one of my members yesterday when the post said, what about gift cards? Even if, say you already ate your lunch because whatever, right? But you want to go to a local, small local restaurant, and support them. Get some gift cards and give them out to people that maybe are having some, financially hard times that they can't go out and support the locals, right? So maybe go and get gift cards and give that to those people. Then they can get the carryouts, right? I mean, there's so many different ways that we can help the small businesses right now, especially the small, the restaurants that, they're losing a shit ton of money. They could possibly be losing a shit ton of money in food, a shit ton of food, because they stocked up for, the week and boom, got shut down without, without word. So think about that when you go, when you're hungry or whatever, lunch, dinner, go to the small local restaurants and, get carry out for someone else. Grab gift cards and give those to someone else. Somehow, some way, we have to band together. And, and now I do understand, that, the corps, might have, some, local employees working and doing some different things. Obviously, we need to support them as well. However, the most hard hit people are small businesses, right? I'm shut down. I can't work, right? So I'm in here, I'm doing little odds and ends, whatever. But, when we get the green light to go, everything's going to be up, running clean, clean from head to toe, top to bottom. The machines are, just making sure everything tip top, almost like I'm waiting for grand opening, right? But in the meantime, with those restaurants, those local restaurants that are open and doing curbside, they're doing deliveries, whatever, maybe even if some of those restaurants don't have a delivery system, they might be losing out on some money because some people might be afraid to go out. So maybe just maybe, offer a service to them, to deliver, that they don't pay you. Maybe you just work for tips, right? So, and then here's like a complete crazy outrageous thought. If you're driving for said, restaurant or whatever, if you're delivering for them, obviously, let's not ask them to pay you. Let's do it as a service for them so that they can get more, more income, right? Because they've got a shit ton of overhead. Trust me, I know about overhead, okay? And their overhead is way over than mine. So drive for them, and maybe your tips, just work for tips, right? And maybe some of your tips, maybe a portion of your tips, you give back to that restaurant, right? Because those restaurants, if we don't help them now through this time, they might not be able to sustain, because who knows how long this is, I mean, I'm hoping only 2 weeks. I'm hoping maybe some miracle comes and they say, woo, you're up and running tomorrow, right? We know that ain't going to happen, but one can dream. And as John Koga, I'm like the master of manifesting, right? So I'm focusing on my energy, right? So that also does bring me to something else, I know there's a lot of people that are, fearful of this or that or the other, but one thing outside of this, just remember that if you are living in the past, you're living in like a depression state, right? If you're living in the future, and you're not sure what's going to happen, and you're what if this negative, what if that bad thing, then you're going to have a shit ton of anxiety, right? We don't need the depression. We don't need any more depression than what, someone might already be dealing with. And we don't need any more anxiety than what a person might already be dealing with, right? So the only thing that we can do is live in the present right now. What can we do right now to either make our mental better, make our heart better, make our emotions better, make someone else better? Because when we're helping someone else, that makes us feel better, right? So with all of that said, a lot of times people, the past couple of days, everybody's coming up to me like, oh my God, Dani, what are you going to do? You know what? I need you to walk away from me. Because I'm not feeding into all of like the like, oh my God, like all this panic stuff. I'm taking what I've got right now. I'm trying to, as I always do, as y'all always know, I think outside the box, right? Planning, prepping, doing whatever I can do right now. And, remember, as I always say, whatever you put out is what you get back. So if you are, if you're living in some sort of fear or lack, that's what you're going to get back, right? So, and I'm not saying, I'm not, like completely like, ooh, what's going to happen? I don't know. But if I focus all of my attention on, oh my God, what's going to happen? Well, what if this or what if that? Well, what if it's 4 months? Well, what if this? I'm going to drive myself absolutely nuts, all right? And that's not good for me. And I don't even know, right? Kane Brown did a song, What If, right? Had the girl was singing the what if all these negative bad things, and he was singing what if all the good things, right? So what if we just took this time and just thought about everything that we have? Like, whatever you put out is what you get back, right? Gratitude is attitude. So if you're thinking about, oh my God, I've only got 20 packs of toilet paper, I got to hurry up and get to the store and get more toilet paper and take it away from everybody else, you're living in fear. That's not good for you. Obviously, it's not good for someone else that wants, a roll of toilet paper. But you think about all the blessings that you have here. When I do my, Koga classes, anyone watching this right now that has taken my Koga class, at the end, we all come into, this inhale, exhale kind of thing. And I make everyone say 3 things that they're grateful for in this particular day, right? And, and I help have them, think about the energies, like whatever you're getting back. If you're feeling fear, if you're feeling anxiety, that means you're putting it out, right? If you want to change that, and I'm not saying we can't change what's going on, we ourselves can't find a cure, we ourselves, can't reopen all the businesses, and, we ourselves can't do a lot of things. But what we can do is give the energy out, right? And whatever we put out is what we get back. So if we're putting out, anxiousness and fear and lack, I got a phone call. And that's what we're getting back. And what we need to have back to us is positivity. We need to have love. And there's some people, that, are able to do that, and there's some people that aren't able to do that. So again, when I get that question of, oh my God, Dani, what are you going to do? Oh my God, Dani, what, blah, 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 blah. I'm like, okay, first of all, you need to take a step back because I'm not going to feed into that. I'm not going to let their anxiousness get into me, right? I mean, we've already, as human beings, we already have those things rolling around. But the more we feed into whatever we feed into is what we're going to get back, right? Again, the people that you most surround yourself around is what is where your life, not where your life is, but it's those 5 people that you most center around is like how is that energy. So and again, I challenge y'all to, like, if you're around people that are like driving you like mentally and emotionally, or driving more anxiety, to you, I challenge you to not hang out with those people right now, okay? You know what I mean? Because again, all of that, it's breaking your wall down. So what I challenge you to do is hang around people that are, giving of their time, giving of their, giving of their, maybe their money, or buying things, for, people, helping people, right? So that is all of that giving and love, and we're living in abundance and prosperity. Like, if we feel like that, that's what comes back. Remember, thoughts become things. So if your thought is in fear, that's all you're going to get back. And then that's where you're surrounding yourself around, right? So I choose to not, especially in this time, just in life in general, if that person or that group or whatever has negative energy, I choose to not be around that, right? Especially in this time, this day and age, with everything that's going on. I mean, we all could like flip a switch, flip a trigger, and be in that state, right? So the only way that we can calm that down, and the only person that can actually change any of that is us, is me, right? It's whatever I'm putting out. So I choose to, think the positive. And my phone's blowing up. I choose to think the positive. I'm not saying that, think, oh, this stuff isn't real. I'm not saying that, because it is reality, right? But it's our emotions and what we're feeling on the inside is what we're projecting, and that's what we're getting back, right? So if we could just, take and think, find things that make us laugh, watch YouTube videos that make us laugh. If we can project laughter, we're going to get joy, right? If we can think about like how grateful we are for everything that we have, right? Don't think about like, oh shit, my one bill is due in like, 15 days. Like, what am I going to do? You know what? You're going to be living in that, we all have bills, right? And it's not that I'm not thinking, like in some fantasy land, but I need to live in the right now, in the present. And when you live in the present, you're grateful for everything that you have, you have the gratitude. The attitude is going back and forth, gratitude is attitude. Whatever you put out is what you're getting back. So if you're feeling a little anxious or whatever, I challenge you to just set your timer for a minute and smile. Like, go to a corner so people don't think you're whacked in the head because you're smiling, but at yourself, right? So I challenge you, go to a corner, go to your office, go to the bathroom, and set your timer for a minute and just smile. And the reason I say that is bad thoughts, negative thoughts, sad thoughts cannot happen at the same time you're smiling. You can't have two conflicting thoughts, even if it's a fake smile. If you're smiling, you feel good. You can't feel bad and smile at the same time. I challenge you to feel bad and smile at the same time. Can't happen. So whenever you're feeling that little anxiety-driven thing, stop. Think about 3 things that you're grateful for. I'm telling you right now, since May 2016, I have had this little gratitude rock in my pocket, and anytime something has gotten in my head, I try not to let it get in my head, but we're human. So when it snags in there, I take this little gratitude rock that I keep in my pocket. It's the same one. Ask Anna Smetana. She's on here. She's one of Dani K trainers. I take this little rock that's in my pocket. It's been there since May 2016. May 2016. The same rock, dude. I'm telling you. Been in my pocket. And I reach in there and I'm like, even if I don't think that I have anything that I'm thankful for, I just sit there and say, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. The universe doesn't know that you're not saying specific thank yous for specific things. The universe knows that you're saying thank you, right? So it's all about what you're putting out is what you're getting back. So in this time, this day and age, everybody needs to feel good. We need to feel, love. We need to feel abundance, right? We've spent enough time living in fear. We've spent enough time living in lack. We don't have enough toilet paper. We got 20 piles of toilet paper rolls, but we still don't have enough, right? Stop. We're going to have more, right? And save some for people that can't wipe their butt because you got all the damn toilet paper. Anyway, whatever you put out is what you get back. So right now, just stop and think about what you're feeling. If you're feeling anxious, you're living in the future. You're living about your what if negative things, what if positive things. Think about those, right? So, I challenge you, like I said, go into a corner, go away from people so they don't think you're whacked in the head. Set your watch for a minute and just smile. Grab something that you put in your pocket that makes you always think how thankful you are, how grateful you are. Think about mood shifters. I say this at the end of my Koga class. Find mood shifters. If you are, in that, stop and be present. If you're sad, if you're depressed, if you're anxious about something, if you're like, oh my God, it's just going to get worse because you're putting that out. What you need to do is be present, stop, and just say 3 things that you're grateful for, right? And you can't be grateful and sad at the same time. You can't be happy and be sad at the same time. You can't be, grateful and think about all the abundance that you have right now at this present time, right? Without at the same time of feeling like you don't have anything, right? You got a shit ton, right? Think about those things that you do have and just sit there and say thank you, right? We have to change our mental and our emotional, or that in itself is going to make us sick. Not saying we're going to get the corona by having some mental or emotional anxiety stuff, but it's going to weaken our immune system. The way you increase your immune system, get out, walk, do some exercise, go to the school track, do whatever you can do since gyms are closed, right? But go do something. Go to YouTube. John Koga, we're trying to do remote classes. There's a lot of trainers out there doing remote classes. Grab something, do something. You can't feel bad about yourself if you're taking good care of yourself, right? It's conflicting. You can't do it. So what do you want to do? Do you want to sit there and feel bad, or do you want to feel happy, right? The choice is yours. Even with everything that's going on, you have a choice. You have a choice to stay sad, down, lack, fear, or you have a choice to stay up, positive, abundance, prosperous, grateful. I'm choosing grateful. I'm choosing abundance. You know what? A little trick I play on my mind. I'm telling you this little secret, right? Nobody knows this. Nobody knows this. Every time I drive to work and I see all these trees, I live in abundance. So, when my mom used to say money don't grow on trees, you know what I see? Every time I see a tree, I see every single little branch has $100 bill on it. And, right? Now, you're probably going to think, well, she is absolutely whacked out of her mind. But again, remember, the universe doesn't know reality. It knows what you're feeling, right? The universe only knows the energy that you're putting out. So if I feel good saying that tree with 50,000 branches has 50,000 $100 bills on it, guess what? That makes me feel good. So guess what? That's putting all that good, positive, abundant feeling of abundance out there into the universe. And guess what's coming back? Abundance, prosperity, money. It happens, folks. I'm telling you. Ask John Koga. Ask Anna Smetana. And if you're still on here, tell them I know how to manifest shit. I'm like one of the John Koga says I am one of the best manifestors. It's all about what you believe. And if you believe, this and this is happening or going to happen, probably it will. The only way that we can change things within ourselves, one person can change, 10 people can change, 20 people can change. Just think if everybody, like right now there's 20, 30 plus people watching this. Just think if all 30 or whatever of us watching this, and whoever's watching on the replay, just think if we all, everyone watching this starts thinking in abundance, oh my God, can you imagine if one person can get that energy out? Think about 30 or 40 or 50 or 60 people. You know what I mean? Think about thousands of people putting out all that positive energy. That's what's going to come back. I promise. Just trust me. There's no other option, right? Think about that. Thoughts do become things. So if you're thinking fear, fear's coming back. If you're thinking abundance, abundance is coming back. If you're thinking gratitude, more things coming back to you, or you will be grateful for. Somebody said, well, I don't have any money. I only got another phone call. So, but I said, you know what? You got to be grateful for the dollar bill that you have in your wallet. Because if you're not grateful for the $1 bill that you have in your wallet, how are you going to be grateful for 10? right? Because if you have 10, you'll be like, psh, I only have $10 in my wallet. And if you aren't grateful for the $10 that you got in your wallet, how are you going to be grateful when you get 20 or 30 or $40 in your wallet? Because you're going to be like, psh, it's only 30 or $40. You know what? I'm grateful I found a damn quarter on the ground. I'll be like, woo, put that in my jar. I found a quarter, right? That's a quarter I didn't have. So the more you put out, whatever you put out is what you get back. So another thing I'm going to challenge you to do, if y'all are still with me, I think you are, I'm getting more and more views. Another thing I'm going to challenge y'all to do when all of this is lifted, because you know it's going to. Like, we don't know when, hopefully it's only 2 weeks. It might be 3 weeks. It might be, I don't know, it might be a month. Who knows? But we can't worry about that because we don't have control over that. But what we have control over is us and what we're feeling and doing right now, right? And the only way that we can make things better within ourselves is to feel grateful, go out and give, like help someone, buy a gift card to help a business and give it to someone that ain't got no damn food. Now you're feeling good, right? So at the end of all of this, because it's all going to clear, Dennis, I think that was my quarter. It might be your quarter, but tough crap, it's in my jar now, Mom. No, I'm just kidding. But what I challenge y'all to do when everything gets lifted and all the businesses are back up and running, I challenge you to support now more than ever, or then at that point in time, more than ever, the small businesses. Yes, the chains need support too, because guess what? The people working those chains in those restaurants are our local community people. But and they need that. But our businesses, to sustain the community that we had before all of this happened, we're going to get bigger and better. You don't have a storm without a rainbow. And let me just tell you something. I'm excited to see this freaking rainbow after this storm, because this is one of the worst storms. We thought 9/11 was bad, and it was. And trust me, I got tattoo on me. It was bad, but we came back, and we came back stronger, right? We're going to come back stronger from this, right? So the storm gives you the rainbow, and the ugliest of all storms is going to give us the biggest, best, brightest rainbow freaking ever. And I can't wait to get to that. I'm focused on my rainbow. I'm focused on seeing that rainbow. And maybe we might even see a triple rainbow, right? We've seen double rainbows, but maybe we see a triple. I'm excited. So, but what I challenge you to do is go to those restaurants, support local more than ever, support local small gyms more than ever, right? Because it's our money, right? Myself right here with this gym, almost July will be 8 years. It's my money. I don't have financial backers. If I can't pay a bill, I got to pull something out of my butt to try and pay a bill, right? So, small businesses are more affected than big businesses with corp money. Although we still need to support the restaurant workers because they're our local people too. But remember, our small businesses make our community. So maybe this is maybe we're teaching ourselves to support more of the local businesses so that our community stays better and stronger. Because guess what? We are being stronger in this community right now, even through all of this stuff, right? And then I want to challenge you. So I challenge you to support the local businesses now, and then even more so, grab groups of folks and take them to the restaurants, and grab group of folks and help make them join local gyms. And get personal training from local personal trainers, right? Because we suffering too, right? But also the workers that are out of work, the bartenders, the waiters, the waitresses, the bar backs, like all those people are out of work, right? So I challenge you, when everything is up and running, and everything will get up and running, when everything gets up and running, I challenge you not just to tip them 20%, tip them 30%, tip them 35%, tip them 40%, right? Because all their lost wages. They're losing a shit ton of money, right? So tip them 30%, 40%. Give them some money to show that you do appreciate what they did, what they went through, and what they're doing now, right? So on that note, thank you all for watching. Y'all stayed with me. I appreciate it. If you're just popping on and you missed it, go back. I felt like a preacher, you know, giving like all this sermon, you know, just not in a bad preaching way, like in a good positive, like, you know, preaching way. But anyway, so, you know, it's gonna end. It's got to end soon, right? And we're going to be bigger, better, and you know, this storm is going to give us the biggest, brightest rainbow ever, and I'm excited to see it, right? So if you like what I say, if somebody watching this now, if you know somebody that needs to hear this, that has helped you, please help someone else. Share this video. Do watch parties. Share it. I appreciate you. If you're watching it on replay, please tell me that you're watching it on replay. If you're watching this and you yourself need some help, you need food, you need some supplies, you know, type down what you need. Somebody, one of us watching this is going to get you those supplies. So type down if you need anything. If you're a business and you know, want to throw out, you know, whatever, you know, and you need somebody to come and do carry out. Maybe we don't know that you're doing carry out. Maybe we don't know that you're doing delivery. Drop whoever needs help, whoever wants to help, drop some comments, okay? Share this link out there. So until next time, stay in tune, stay informed, stay motivated. Bye.